evening, everybody, and welcome back to VidaneTV Wednesday night. So that means one thing: Turn4Podcast Winter iRacing League is back on the interwebs, back on the airwaves, as it were. Second to the last race of the season here at Concord. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. Thanks so much for tuning in here this evening. We're live all over the internet. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We're all over the place. Be sure to give us a like, a subscribe, a share, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know that you're watching yourself a little bit of the iRacing action here on a Wednesday night. Going to be a lot of fun, a lot of iRacing action coming up here on the go as well in the next month or so. Lots of real racing news as well. We're just going to be all over the place in the next couple of months. So be sure to follow along all the social media outlets there on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll take a quick peek here at the starting lineup, and there you can see it as they pop up on your screen. The pole consider going to be the number 51 of Skylar Shippey, Kenny Thompson on his outside. Aaron Thompson going to start row 2 with Colton Martin on his outside. JD Stockwell, Kyle Dumas going to round out the first 6 drivers. These guys, real quick lap times in practice, real short way around this racetrack. As you can see, we are getting ready to rack them and stack them. We're lined up 2 by 2 all the way through, and we are ready to go as the rest of the starting grid goes through on the screen. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Turn 4 Podcast Winter iRacing Series coverage on VidaneTV. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. in the production trailer as always. And made mention, man, there is so much going on here in the iRacing world and the real racing world, and we've got some Daytona 5 action, or Daytona 24-hour action coming up potentially here on VidaneTV this weekend. Stay tuned to Facebook for that. But before we get there, the Turn5Designs 100 here at Concord is green. Skylar Shippey going to take that green flag here at Concord. Lots of different lines here at this racetrack. You can see the front 3, front 4. They've about got it all sorted out, single file. Everybody else fighting for position side by side. There for 4th, Colton Martin in a 4-car has a piece of the action. JD Stockwell wants it. He's going to move that machine down on the bottom side of the racetrack. See if he can advance into a spot. He's going to grab that spot there. They're side by side now for 5th as the 03 of Nate Wenzel going to jump on in and see if he can't have a little bit of position there. He's going to get underneath the 4-car. Quick time, Aaron Thompson so far. That's going to be the 3rd place driver in that 19 car that Hardy's ride. He's got a good pit stall selection down there on pit road as well. Little side by side there. Kyle Buck in the 5 holding off Kyle Dumas. 5 and 15 going back and forth for the 7th and 8th position. Quick time once again. Shippey with a 190. That's going to be up in the lead. The 51 car taking that 51 car to the point. Behind here, the Justin Prescott machine, the 04, holding on to the 9th position. Kyle Kenny, a little bit of smoke there, but it's going to bring a caution flag out. We'll see if we can back that up on the instant replay. And it bounced directly to the 04 car. It looks like it might be something a little bit further on back here. Still working with the kinks here with the old U-House Racing Designs instant replay. Nothing on U-House Race Designs. It's all an issue with us. It's just a matter of getting all the buttons to push out. And it looked like it put us in genuinely a close place in any sense. But there you see a little bit of calamity 3 wide. They get it all sorted out, though, and I believe that's when the caution flag may have come out. So that could have been a whole lot worse than it was, but great heads-up driving from a lot of these cats. They're going to get everybody re-racked, restacked behind the pace truck, and we'll let them turn them loose, do it once again. Skylar Shippey still holding on to the lead. Kenny Thompson there in 2nd. Aaron Thompson in 3rd. JD Stockwell, Nate Wenzel the top 5. Colton Martin, Kyle Buck, Kyle Dumas, Justin Prescott, and Kyle Kenny going to be the top 10 as they run. 24 drivers making the call here tonight. All 24 still on the lead lap, still running in this one, albeit 6 laps and 7 once we get to the stripe. And you can see they're all chasing that black 51 car of Skylar Shippey. You by 2 all the way through, getting ready to take the green flag once again here. Quick little skirmish. We'll call it a skirmish. early on in this one. No real big damage or anything like that. Everybody got it all sorted out. The pace truck going to dip down to the safety of pit road. Once again, going to turn these drivers loose. The 51 car down on the bottom side, 39 of Thompson up top, and they wait. Going to make them wait for it, getting long into turn number 4. Green flag flies once again. Shippy able to pull away by a couple of car lengths, and you can see those couple of green cars up top. They're trying to make that high side work, and we've seen that that high side come in many different racetracks on the iRacing service, especially here on VidaneTV, but not quite this early, quite this small. As you can see, the front 3, front 2 have got it sorted out. JD Stockwell trying to hold on to 3rd, but Aaron Thompson has better ideas. He wants to try and get that 19 car down on the bottom side. He's got a windshield or a rear view mirror full of that 03 car who's getting down and around. Oh, the 2 car, I believe that's a 15 car. Kyle Dumas down and around. And calamity ensues after the fact. It looks like almost everybody got down and around, but a couple of drivers caught up in this one. We're going to take a peek. It's going to be that 2 car there on your screen, the black and blue number 2 car, as it were. We'll switch it back over to the blimp view here as well. There you see just the gray 2 car got in a little bit too hot to trot, got into the quarter panel, sent, pardon me, sent the, it's going to be the 15 of Kyle Dumas in timing and scoring down and around. Back that up one more time from the blimp. There you see just a little bit of a nudge and almost got by, but unfortunately there were 3 or 4 cars in behind there that nowhere to go at that point. Racetrack was clogged, racing line was clogged, so had to do what they could, and unfortunately that was just kind of let off and hope for the best. So Kyle Dumas going to come down, lose at least a lap here as he gets down to pit road. Going to try and beating and banging on some of the virtual sheet metal, see if we can get that that 2 car back out on track. But in the meantime, everybody lining back up front towards the pace truck. Rather, lights are still on, but we're lined up 2 by 2 already. And once again, got to give a shout out to everybody tuned in all over the internet. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We're over on the Instagram now. Be sure to give us the like, to subscribe, to share, all that good stuff. Know we got a lot of Shippy fans in the house. Rhonda and Kaylee shooting for the number 51 car over in the YouTube chat. We're on Facebook as well. We're over on Twitch as well. A lot of the Grand Theft Auto folks hanging out over in the Twitch channel as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight on a Wednesday night. Crazy to think these guys are going to be wrapping their season down relatively soon here on VidaneTV. It's always sad to see the iRacing season, quote unquote, go away, but that usually means that the real racing season is right around the corner, and that's exactly what's going on. I just booked my flight to Jacksonville for February 1st. Going to be down there at Alltech Speedway for a couple of days with Dirt 2 Digest. Going to be at Auburndale Speedway for a couple of weeks. I believe we're going to the Daytona 500. There's a Monday Night Raw in there in Charlotte somewhere we're going to be going to. I believe that's the day after the Daytona 500. Lots of racing action, lots of wrestling action going on all over the place in the real world. And, oh, by the way, we got all these iRacing shows we're going to be doing live as well. So be sure to tune into the socials. It's going to be a blast this year for sure. Green flag flying once again, a little bit more even up towards the front. Skylar Shippey able to pull away by about a half a car length, but you can see that black and or that green and yellow machine, the number 35 of Thompson, doing everything he can to really hold on to that middle groove. You can see he drifts up just a little bit, tries to drift back down. Shippy doing a great job kind of leading on both lines there a little bit. You can see the 45 of Stockwell going to dip down low on the bottom side and see if he can boot that door open, try and take away that second place from the Kenny Thompson ride. .84 laps to go here at Concord, side by side for second. Kenny Thompson has it. JD Stockwell, he wants it. They're side by side behind him as well. You can see the 03 of Nate Wenzel diving underneath that 19 car of Aaron Thompson. A little bit of contact right in front of those 2 drivers. They get it all sorted out. The 4 car of Colt Martin in here as well. He's up in the mix. Top 10 pretty much still connected here. Kyle Buck up in the mix. The 04 of Justin Prescott, he's there as well. Take a peek at Dominic LaFleur in the 3 car. Kyle Kenny rounding out the top 10 currently as they run. And one other driver kind of with this pack is going to be that 37 car of Joey Frazier. Then it's a bit of a gap, and it's a bit of a gaggle back here as well once we get through that gap. Evan Burke holding on, kind of leading here. You got a car off in the distance. That's going to be Colton Hall. Looks like he's going to be able to grab a gear, get rolling once again. He was back in this second half of the field. Big time damage, it looks like, on that 59 car. Going to get going once again, though. We stay green 20 laps into this one, 80 laps to go, and it's a brawl outside the top 10. It looks like it's getting a little spicy in the second half of the top 10 here as well. Kyle Buck in the 5 car has a front row seat. Colton Martin, Aaron Thompson, they're side by side trying to get down to the 03 car. Smoke out of the JD Stockwell ride. Big time slide out of that 45. We're going to back that up real quick, because we can do that here on live TV. Keep an eye on that third place car. Skating on through that corner. Doesn't even look like he lost any time. Back to the live shot. JD Stockwell still holding on to P3 as Kenny Thompson looks down low on our leader. Going to try and take over that lead from the 51 car there of Skylar Shippey. Shippey kind of forced to go up into the high line as the caution flag going to fly here. A couple of cars pointed in the wrong direction. The 19 and the 5 involved in this one. A couple of drivers that were up in the top 5 momentarily or moments ago. We'll pop it up here on the blimp. There you see the 5 car of Buck, just a little bit too hot to trot. Gets in the top, so you can see he tries to get up there and straighten him back on out. But, man, unfortunately, just wrong angle, wrong time. The 19 car gets pushed on around. The 5 does a good job getting stopped outside of the racing groove. Both the 5 and the 19 going to grab a gear, spin on around, and get rolling once again. And going to lose a lot of track position. It looks like they're both going to stay on the lead lap. Still 21 cars on the lead lap. It's going to be 22 when we get the free pass of Mike Countermarsh in the number 6 car. Is going to get the free pass this time by. And they're all still chasing these 2 drivers up front. Skylar Shippey in the 51 car holding on to the lead. I believe he's led all of the laps. Definitely led at least most of them so far this evening. Kenny Thompson, JD Stockwell, second and third. Nate Wenzel and Colton Martin, the top 5 currently as they run. And made mention lots of real racing action on the go the next couple of weeks. Going to be flying down to Florida and spending the entire month. I'm pretty sure it's the entire month of February down in Florida, and I'm really excited about it because it's cold up here in Connecticut, up in the Northeast. And we are still working on getting the new line of VidaneTV merch out into the shops all over the place. We're going to try and get hooked up with some racetracks as well to get some of our sweatshirts and t-shirts and hats and beanies and all that good stuff sold at all of your favorite racetracks. And you'll be able to get it online here as well at VidaneTV. Still working on some of the back-end stuff between ourselves and Wingnut Productions and Conway Customs up in Halifax, Nova Scotia, but it's going to be sweet once it's all said and done. And be able to get all that information and more over on the website, www.vidane.tv, as well as all of our social media outlets. New merchandise coming, hashtag soon. Pace truck going to dip down to the safety of pit road once again. Green flag flies. Even Steven up towards the front. A little bit of an extra push there for the 51, but look at the 39 of Thompson sail on in. Turn number 2, car around a little bit further on back. The 3 car of LaFleur. Everybody gets down and away. We'll see if he can get that thing fired. Indeed, he does. Going to grab a gear, get going. Once again, we stay green. The 51 car able to pull away by a couple of car lengths now over those 2 green machines. Kenny Thompson able to slide on into the number 2 spot for the time being, but we see how quick JD Stockwell is in that green and black number 45. The 4 Colt Martin is there as well. Nate Wenzel been quick all evening long as well in the 03. Got a little bit of lap traffic up ahead. Couple of cars pointed in the wrong direction there. It's going to be the, I believe it's the 3 car again. Nope, 3 cars getting lapped here. 72 and the 43, I believe it were. And you can see the damage done to those cars. Still green here with 69 laps to go. Front 6 have pulled away. A little slide there once again from JD Stockwell as we get into this one. 32 laps in. These tires they might be getting a little bit squirrely. You can see that mix-up open the door for the number 4 car of Colton Martin. He's going to boot that screen door on down. Nate Wenzel going to try to take a peek on low of the 4 car. Not quite enough room there. He's going to tuck right into the tire tracks, though, and wait for one of these drivers to make a mistake and try and advance his position up onto the podium. That's still side by side, though, for the 3rd spot. Wide for the 45 car of Stockwell, up to the outside wall. The 4 car of Martin went wide as well. 2 for 1 special on the podium for the 03 car of Wenzel. He's going to tuck into the tire tracks right now of the 4 car of Martin, but he is definitely in his head. He's all over the back bumper. He knows that that 4 car made a mistake a lap or two ago, and he's going to sit there and wait for him to make that same mistake once again, or even another one. The 45 car of Stockwell going to try and take a peek now underneath the 03 car. They're going to try and get themselves up a little bit further. They are brawling like it's the last day of summer. I don't even know where that was or what that was supposed to be. Outside of the top 5, though, almost 3 wide between the 2 of Jeremiah Sargent, Kyle Kenny, and Dylan Zulo in the 16 car, putting on a show here, trying to get up towards the top 5. And these guys up towards the front, they've got it single file for the most part. JD Stockwell into the tire tracks of the 03. The top 2 have shipped themselves away. Skylar Shippey and the 39 of Kenny Thompson, they're nose to tail, but they're about a second and a half in front of 3rd place. They're getting a little bit tight there in 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and it looks like the second half of the top 10 has calmed down a little bit. There you can see, as I say that, the 37 car, big lose for Joey Frazier, holds on to it as he loses the 11th position there to Rodney Huntoon. They hold on to it. We stay green. And you can see as we get into this race late going into these runs, the tires start to wear just a little bit more, and these drivers are going to be searching for grip. They are all over the racetrack, as it were. Getting hot up front as the 39 car, Kenny Thompson, took a peek down low, taking another peek down low, coming off of turn number 4, tucking it back into the tire tracks once again. But you can see that Thompson machine is quick, and he's doing everything he can to try and stay on the back bumper of the 51 car. There you see the 3rd place on back. Colton Martin leading the charge for now. Oh, blue car down and around. I believe that's the 43 car of Jackson Davis. And nope, that's the 72 of Charles Chamberlain. Still around on the front straightaway, just waiting for a gap in traffic to get that thing spun on around. This is going to be a little on the sketchy side. Caution flag, got to throw that one out. Unfortunately, 72 having some issues there. We'll back up to U-House Racing Designs instant replay. We're going to back it up another couple of second blocks there. We'll take a peek at the 72 car. You can see got into the corner, a little puff of smoke from the left front. Lock the brakes up just a little bit. Really loses the back end of the race car. Just an awkward spot to be in, and just a lazy spin on down into it. And it's such a narrow front straightaway there. As you can see, the leaders going on by. There's really no room to get that thing turned around. So good calls by the race officials there to get the yellow flag displayed. We'll see if the 72 can get back on the lead lap here in this one. Currently scored 6 laps down in that number 72 ride. We have the 43 car of Jackson Davis going to go around, get the free pass, put himself back on the lead lap, giving us a total of 20 on the lead lap. The 6 car of Mike Countersmarsh, last car currently on the lead lap after this current cycle of pit stops. A couple of drivers coming in and getting 4 tires back towards the back of the pack. Kyle Buck in the 5 car came down pit road. DJ Gerard, the boss man in the 13 car, came down for, looks like 2 tires potentially, 13-second pit stop. So that might have been a 2-tire stop. Joey Frazier, great work on their crew, 19.3 for a 4-tire stop there. And everybody else that came down appears to be off of the lead lap. So that'll be something that we'll keep an eye on, because we're not quite halfway, just about halfway. These drivers do have the 1 set of tires down on pit road that they can take as they see fit throughout the entirety of this event. So A lot of times you get down there too early, you feel like Superman on those fresh tires, and then all of a sudden everybody else is able to catch back up with you, or they keep those tires for later on in the run. So a little bit of a gamble with those tires. We'll see what goes down. Green flag once again here at Concord. We are racing. A 51 car down on the bottom side of Skylar Shippey, Kenny Thompson. On the high side, they get down to, I guess, one of the back straightaways. Is that back straightaway A, back straightaway B? Not entirely sure how that works. This is racetrack, kind of a small Pocono, small triangle all the way around this place. Kind of a neat little racetrack to follow along here. Difficult to drive and pass as well, because you can see just how narrow it is all the way around here. We saw the 73 car kind of struggle just to get that thing turned around here, so there's really not a lot of room for error on these small racetracks. And with these Turn4 Podcast racers, this winter iRacing, these guys have been putting on a clinic of short track racing here over the past couple of months on VidaneTV. And don't forget, you can shoot on over to our YouTube page. There's the 73 car around in front of the leaders. My goodness gracious, the 72 car got lucky, as did the rest of the field. I think it might be done time for the 72 car, Carter Chamberlain. I think we all need new fire suits after that one. So we'll back that up one more time and hang on to your snacks and your drinks. There's the 72 car. There's some contact, it looks like, almost with the big boss man. There's some contact. A little bit of help there from the 6. Gets pointed in the wrong direction. Gets it almost sorted out. This is where we saw the 72 car struggle 10 laps or so ago to try and get that thing woed up. But unfortunately, at this point in time on the racetrack, there you see the leaders on the back straightaway. They get into turn 3 and 4. The 72 still just kind of sitting there on the start-finish line, tries to get going once again, and just look at this. The seas parted all the way through. Great heads-up driving by each and every single one of those drivers on the lead lap there. That could have been absolutely catastrophic. Holy cow. We're going to back it up one more time and take a look at it in real time. I just not a single hit on that 72 car. A little scuff from Thompson. There's going to be some bright green paint on there. After that, nada, nilch. 72 car going to park it down on pit road. May very well be done for the evening. Hey, when it's not your night, it's not your night, and we get that, well, in just about every walk of life. 51 still holding on to the lead. Skylar Shippey leading most of the laps here tonight. Kenny Thompson in that second spot. That City Chevy, I was going to say it's a Lumina, but it's a Ford. I guess that would be a Taurus? I'm not even sure. I'd have to figure it all out. It's the City Chevy Ford in any sense. It's going to be starting on the outside. The pace truck down on the city safety. Easy enough for me to say. I'm all sorts of tongue twisted up. He's down on pit road. We're going green once again. 47 laps to go. Once we hit the stripe, boom, just past the halfway marker. Once again, got to thank everybody for tuning in all over the internet. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and we have all, as I started saying earlier, we have all of those races, all these seasons over on the YouTube page, and they are all on demand. Over 600 live broadcasts that you can take a peek at, especially if you're on a smart TV, the big screen, wherever you may roam. 72 car off the track once again. Looks like you may be pulling down to pit road, still brawling for the top 5. Outside the top 5, couple of drivers around in the back, down by the entrance of pit road. Caution flag gonna fly. Buck not having a good night in that 5 car, the 59 car of Colton Hull getting a piece of the action there as well. We'll back it up on the tapes and take a peek at the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. Kyle Buck got a little bit loose even before the corner, it looked like. There in the 5 car, and there you see some contact up ahead. A pair of green cars, they get squirrely. The 5 of Buck actually checks up, and the 37 gets into the back of the 59, who gets into the back of the 5, it looks like, and spins those guys on around. So getting late into this one. We're on to the second half, almost the fourth quarter of this one. We'll take one more look at it in real time, and you can see just nowhere to go. Another instance of this racetrack being super, super narrow. So and luckily everybody able to kind of pull away and not too much damage. Not too much damage. Definitely could have been a whole lot worse. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. As we rejoin the field here, everybody going to pull back up to the pace car and just taking a look here at timing and scoring. It looks like everybody's still staying out on track. Jeremiah Sargent in the 2 car appears to be on pit road. Indeed, he is. There's a handful of drivers. The 6 car is down there as well. So a couple of drivers going to come down pit road here and get those tires, maybe get a little bit of the sheet metal worked on, and you got to be quick here in these late models with these pit stops. They are not NASCAR pit crews. They are not very quick. So you got to make sure you keep an eye on where that pace car is, where that leader is. We'll see where timing and scoring drops those 3 drivers as they come out, and it almost looks like, oh man, it looks like the 2 car might have got caught a lap down of Jeremiah Sargent. So that's tough. That's going to put him 1 lap down, currently in 19th. I believe that was DJ Girard in the 13 that just got the free pass that time by. So put the boss man back on the lead lap, and lights are still on the pace trucks. We got a moment to talk about once again. We've got the NEP Super Truck tomorrow race tomorrow night. They're in Mid-Ohio doing a little bit of road racing, as it were. And then we've got the Great Big iRacing 24-hour of Daytona this weekend, and we are potentially going to cover at least some of it. 2 car going to get put to the back of the pack here, it looks like. End of the longest line, getting stuck down on pit road as the pace car went through. So pay attention to the Facebook and the Twitter, as we might be going live from the virtual Daytona this weekend and following along with some of our VidaneTV friends and leagues, as there's a lot of familiar names, familiar faces up in that race this weekend. So stay tuned for that indeed. Kenny Thompson going high, wide, and handsome, trying to find some grip in that 39 car. Looked like he was going to make it happen for just a little bit. 4 car had that check way up, side by side, 4 wide, beating and banging. The 03 car gets the worst of it. They gather it back up. He's missing that bumper cover up on the front side. Caution flag does indeed fly. Buck involved in it again. That 5 car not having the luck that he needs this evening here, but we'll back that up on the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. This one's going to be a little bit sketchy. We're going to keep an eye on Buck because he did get, it looks like, most of the worst of this one. He and Nate Wenzel got a piece of the action. Well, we're going to have to back that up as well. Looks like the 37 was just trying to get out of harm's way, and unfortunately, the 5 car was there. So we'll back up the tape once again. Let's take a peek at the 59. Let's take a peek at the 03 car, because this is where it happened. Up in the top 5, J.D. Stockwell trying to take a peek down low on the 03, who was trying to take a peek on the 4, who was trying to get underneath the 51. Getting late into this one, that's everybody going for the same piece of real estate. It's at that point almost a great job. Oh, big hit from the 37, getting sent on in to the that wall there. Big massive hit for the 37. They're going to be down on pit road trying to get some of that damage taken care of here as well. And looks like it's getting a little bit darker as the clouds start to roll in here, and a little connection issue there for the 51 car. Blipped out, blipped back in. See if we can get that all sorted out. And Kenny Thompson in the 39 car tried doing everything he could to get up on that high side to make it work. Nothing quite there, but was he just testing things out for late in this one? Gonna get the restart with about 34 laps to go. Justin Prescott there in 3rd. The 16 of Dylan Zudo up to 4th. J.D. Stockwell back in 5th. Colton Martin, Aaron Thompson, Colin Penn, Kyle Kenny, and Evan Burke going to be the top 10 currently as they run. They're all tucked in behind the pace truck. Still has the lights on. Have ourselves a moment to kind of catch our breath, because this final 30-some laps or so, this is going to get pretty hectic. Pace truck down to the safety of pit road once again, and you can see the lighting change in a big way with the cloud cover. We'll take a peek here. There you can see partly cloudy, 92 degrees track temperature, 81 air temperature, a little bit of wind in the air, a little bit of a breeze. That's that good Florida weather that I'm looking forward to here in a couple of weeks' time. Cannot wait to get back on the road for February. Going to be down at Auburndale Speedway for a handful of things. Oh, big slide for the 04 of Prescott. That's going to put them 3 wide for third. They're going to try and hold on to it. Everything looking A-okay. JD Stockwell still trying to get down in that position. He's holding on to it right now. When you get down to the bottom side, you got somebody up on the high side. It's really tough to hold that thing all the way down on the bottom. JD Stockwell doing everything he can to try and hold on and to try and take that position. Slow car up ahead down on the apron. There's a 72 car off in the distance there as well. That's going to be the 59 car, Colton Hall, going down a lap, going down a second lap there in the 59 car. And you can see they're still side by side for fourth place. JD Stockwell not giving it up. He's all but around the 04 car. There it is. Should be able to slide on up in front of Prescott, complete the pass. The Hardy's ride is going to take a peek on down low now as well. Aaron Thompson, big smoke there from, I believe that was DJ Gerard back in the 13 car, as he's having himself a run. He came down pit road 20 laps ago. He's got fresh tires on that thing. Handful of drivers back here have those fresh drivers beating and banging sideways. They get it sorted out right in front of the boss man. Hey, you figure if you're gonna wreck and cause a caution, you may as well make it look good. That was pretty fantastic here. We stay clean, we stay green. DJ Gerard stuck in traffic back here just on the outside of the top 10. He's got Nate Wenzel up in front of him, trying to recover after that big incident early on in that 03 car. Roddy Huntoon back here as well. Kyle Kenny back here. Evan Burke doing a little bit. They get it all sorted out, almost single file here at this point, but they're still side by side up towards the front. The 19 car going to give a little bit of a shove there to Prescott in the 04 car, opening the door for Colton Martin down on the bottom side in the number 4. He's going to try and make a race of it. They are beating and banging on each other there. You can see they've got a little bit of room up in front to the 3 and 4. Up top, those front 2 drivers pulling away ever so slightly. They're up to a 2-second lead now. Skylar Shippey over third place. Dylan Zulo, the 16 car, trying to find some grip on the high side, but he's also trying to fend off that 45 car of JD Stockwell. It went up high, went down low, even went down on the flat side of the racetrack, trying to get that car to de-wedge and turn itself just a little bit better. Shades of Stafford Motor Speedway there. You can see the 45 just all over the back bumper of the number 16, trying to make a little something happen. Off in the distance, you can see our leader's big slide from the 51. That's going to open the door up for the 39 car. Thompson going to go down on the bottom side. You see that may very well be the first and only mistake that Skylar Shippey has made in that 51 car, and it looks like no harm, no foul that time by, and not quite enough steam for the 39 to get down and around the 51. There's the 72 car down on the bottom side, down on the apron, letting the leaders go on by, having some handling issues in that car. They're still brawling. No gloves left for that third position, though. Dylan Zulo able to pull away by a little bit, and everybody from fourth on back stacked right on top of each other. JD Stockwell fourth, the 4 car Colton Martin, he's running in 5th. Aaron Thompson 6th. Justin Prescott, he's there in 7th. He's going to move up to 6th after that big slide from the 19 car of Aaron Thompson. Maybe he's going to tuck back into the tire tracks once again and see if he can get around the 19. But as these guys get down into this, the tires are getting slick, the racetrack's getting slick. It's hot, it's damp, and it is just a little bit windy, and that's all the things that iRacing, it changes. That's all the stuff that these drivers are going to have to try and keep up with as we get down into this one. Crossing the stripe there, that time by for 20 laps to go here at the virtual Concord Speedway. You can see the battle for first. Still about 0.2 of a second. Closest racing action is for third on back to 5th. You can throw a proverbial blanket over these drivers as they battle it out. They want to find themselves up here on the podium, talking to us here in the post-race show. Skylar Shippey in the 51. He's got about a car length over Kenny Thompson in that 39 car. They're going to be coming up on some lap traffic before this thing is all said and done. Third on back to 5th. They've got it about sorted out. Single file. They're side by side for 10th right now. Rodney Huntoon going to give up the spot to the 52 of Colin Penn on the outside, trying to make it work up on the hard way around. DJ Gerard on the outside now of the top 10 looking in. 18 laps to go, 17 as we cross the stripe. these real short racetracks, they make a struggle for some drivers. I know it's a big struggle for me as well when you really can't get into the momentum and you find yourselves going lap down after lap down. It's you see it's a little bit of a war of attrition as some of these drivers pulling down on the pit road as they've had themselves enough. There's the 04 of Prescott up into the outside wall here with 15 laps to go. There's the leaders he's going to go by. I believe that's the entrance to pit road right there. So we'll see what goes down with the 04 car. Going to slam it into reverse and hopefully get down. It's tough with these short racetracks. Looks like he's just going to try and maybe continue on going. Going to slam it in reverse once again and back into the leaders. Bonehead move of the night. There you go. Justin Prescott backing it into the leaders after spinning himself out. So we'll back up to the incident. We'll take a look at the whole thing. There you see JD Stockwell and the 16 Azulo, Thompson in the 19. They get a little bit squirrely. They get to beating and banging on each other. The 04 car gets a great big portion of the driver's side door from the 16 car. There you see some bumper covers flying off into the distance. Gathers it back up. Everything looking good from here. A couple of drivers side by side coming up. There's the 16 going around on the left-hand side of your screen. The 04 car just gave up. Let it drive up into the outside wall and just kind of gave up. We'll fast forward because we saw most of that happen live. There were multiple opportunities that he could have came down pit road, could have called for the tow truck, but there you see just kind of backing up into the leaders as they were coming. Bonehead move of the night. The 04 car, everybody. Justin Prescott no longer in the field. That's why we can't have nice things, folks. Rejoin the front of the field. We'll find out where everything sits now as going to jumble things up towards the front for sure. It looks like Skylar Shippey still able to hold on to the lead. Thompson definitely had to come down pit road. It looks like it's the 39 car still on pit road trying to get some of that damage taken care of. The 51 doesn't think he got hit hard enough to call it a night. So he's going to stay out and try and lead this one. Going to have to restart with less than 10 laps to go here at Concord. Seeing a little bit of everything here tonight, and I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done wrecking. I don't think we're done. We're definitely not done racing. And these guys are going to have a heck of a battle here coming up with less than 10 laps to go. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in all over the internet. We're live on all the social media outlets. Give us the like, the subscribe, the share, the follow, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know that there are 10 laps left to go here at Concord. A little side-by-side action up towards the front. Shippey likes to take that bottom side once again. Colton Martin in the 4 car going to restart on the outside. JD Stockwell in the 45, been quick all night long. He restarts third. And how about Aaron Thompson in the 19 car up in fourth? The 03 car at great recovery for Wenzel. He's going to hold on to the 5th spot. The front 5 drive away by just a little bit. Big slide, big slide, big slide. More big slides from JD Stockwell. He gets the heck out of Dodge, able to gather it back up. Heads up driving by the 45. Oh, he's around. That was a one of those large wrecks that happens, and it takes itself a couple of laps to finally end. As you can see, JD Stockwell's been quick in that black and green 45 car all night long. He's been up in the top 5 pretty much for the entirety of the race. There you can see the 39 car was still parked down on pit road. I believe they're done. Kenny Thompson might be done for the evening there. But there you see a little contact, little slide from the 51. And it looks like the 45 checked up just a little bit. And the 03 car, not quite a square bump, gets into the back bumper of the 45 of Stockwell. He drifts up into Thompson. They get it straightened out here. There's another little bit of a tap there. They get it sorted out. 3 wide for second, no big deal. Little overcorrection there. Still got it sorted out. And I think that was just the last of the mulligans. There you see the 13 of DJ Gerard. Everything looking good up until the contact there. And unfortunately, that's what's going to send the 45 car of JD Stockwell around. A couple of drivers getting involved. There's Buck in the 5 car, man. He's got I think everybody's hit him at least once or twice in that 5. But there you see, 45 going to rejoin the field. He gets out in front of the pace car, so he's going to be on the lead lap. 14 cars on the lead lap here with 5, count them, 5 laps to go at the virtual Concord Raceway. And we made mention these tires are slick, the racetracks are slick, the drivers are hot here as well as we get down into this one. Going to get the restart. Looks like with about 3 laps to go. And you can see the 4 car got around, it looks like, the leaders. So the 4 of Colton Martin going to be down on the bottom side. The 51 of Skylar Shippey going to be on the high side this time around. And Thompson just stuck down on pit road. They're still trying to jam and thrash and get that thing back out there to try and get some points. But unfortunately, doesn't look like they're going to be able to rejoin the field. Colton Martin down on the bottom side. Skylar Shippey up top after restarting on the bottom side all night long. He's going to find their restart up on the high side. Coming to the stripe, coming to the green at 3 laps to go here at Concord. Little bit of a bump there from the 19. The 4 car going to make them wait for it. There you go. Green flag once again. 3 laps to go. Colton Martin pulling away by about a car length. They're side by side. 4 seconds. Skylar Shippey holds on to it. The 03 car of Wenzel wants it. That white 03 car down on the bottom side. Still side by side for second. Car up to the outside wall. Pick your favorite popsicle flavor. Popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go. Just kidding. Caution flag going to fly. We're going to set them up for a green, white, checkered. We'll take a peek here at the brawling up in the top 5, 6, 7 cars or so. And I believe it's going to be that 3rd car from the left. Indeed it is. Gets a little bit of a bump ski and up into the outside racing groove and down and around. I believe that's, what is that, 12 car? The 012, I believe indeed it is, a pontoon. Kyle Buck getting another piece of the action there as well in that 5 car. Man, oh man, I think he's had a piece, I think, of every caution flag here this evening. It's hard out there for a race car driver. But you can see everybody getting it gathered back up. Lots of virtual sheet metal damage on this one. And what that's going to do is it's going to gather everybody back up towards the front once again. Colton Martin already showing he's going to take that bottom side in the 4 car on the restart. Skylar Shippey up on the high side in the 51. Nate Wenzel, Aaron Thompson, and Kyle Kenny, the top 5. Don't look now, the boss man's up in the top 10, currently running in 6th for the 13 car of DJ Gerard. Colin Penn, P7. Mike Countermarsh in the 6 car. Great recovery for him. He's up in the 8th position. JD Stockwell up in 9th. Evan Burke running in 10th. As we cross over the stripe, Devin Morrill and Kyle Buck, the final 2 cars on the lead lap. Devin Morrill just going to get the free pass, so he's on the lead lap there as well. 24 cars started on this one, 14 on the lead lap. A little bit of a war of attrition here this evening. These tight, triangular, little short tracks are hard to keep up with for anybody. And a lot of drivers struggling with the handling on the cars here this evening. And there are a handful of drivers down in the virtual garage area hanging out with us here on VidaneTV, watching on the big screen, watching on the small screen, watching inside the car. That's what's cool about us here at VidaneTV. You can watch us anywhere there's an internet connection. Fire us up on a smart TV, a tablet, your smartphone, whatever you have. Hook it up to the projector, watch it out on the campsite, wherever you are, you can pull us up on VidaneTV. And we always appreciate the support, the likes, the subscribes, the shares, all the good stuff to let everybody know that you're watching a little bit of iRacing action, and this is going to get good. Going to get the green-white checkered attempt. Colton Martin down to the bottom side. The 51 of Skylar Shippey up on the top side. We come out of turn number 4, taking the green flag side by side as they head on down into turn number 1. The 4 car has a little bit of an advantage. He's going to drift up the track just a little bit to try and take some of that grip away from the 51 car. Shippey going to try and do everything he can, though, to hold on to it. He hasn't been there. Oh, big slide there from the 19 cars. We take the white flag, white rag. Colton Martin holding on to it, wrecking back in 5th. They hold on to it. Still side by side, heading on down into the corner for the final time. Shippey going to try and chip it into the outside lane. Not quite there at the line. I can't call it. I can't call it. Timing and scoring says 4 car won that. We'll take a peek and we'll see what exactly went down at the end of this one. We'll see what it looks like from the blimp, because you saw the 51 get up into the outside wall, and there was contact between the 51 and the 4. The 19 sent it on in, got way too hot to try. He's going to lose that third spot, it looks like, to the 03 car. And then there was calamity ensuing in behind. Look at how close that finish was. Give it to the 4 car of Colton Martin. Skylar Shippey going to finish in second. Aaron Thompson going to finish in third. What a show here tonight from Concord. And we're going to talk to those top 3 drivers here momentarily, as that was a heck of a run here. And we're actually going to catch right up with our third place driver, Aaron Thompson. Aaron, a great run tonight for the Hardee's ride. And looks like we got some sheet metal after the checkered flag there, kind of flying around. But all in all, relatively decent race it looked like in the 19 car.
Yeah, I'm just amazed with the way I got raced tonight. I got fenced multiple times and I was trying to run the outside of a couple different guys, and then was clear to the bottom, and I took it and got ran over, and tried to straight line me and take me out of the race and missed, and drove my tail off to get back up to third, and 03 drove just about out of the track to move the 45 and me out of the way at the same time, and then stuffed me in the wall coming to the checker, and I still beat him. So everybody can try and wreck me, but I'm still going to beat you.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a long line outside the big red trailer here tonight with some of the action that we saw out on track, and some of the discussions it looked like we were having here as well. But got to give you an opportunity to thank anybody that's out there watching who gets you tuned from the virtual racetrack.
Yeah, all the people out there watching, my sister Leanne, my sister Kim, Nick, Jim and Heather Carley, Justin Canfield, EPI, Heat Race Heroes, all those guys. Congrats to Skylar. You're in a great race tonight. Sucks you couldn't finish it out, but JD, all those guys.
Solid third place finish here for Aaron Thompson. We'll slide a little bit further up the pit road here. Skylar, you led most of the laps here tonight in that 51 car, but not quite enough to get around the number 4 car at the end. What else did you need?
Oh, that was a hell of a race, man. That was pretty fun. Me and Colton get side by side. We race good. I mean, you can't beat a finish that's 12 thousandths different. So, but as one of my Chili Bowl spins, damn it, Chili Bowl fantasy is not going good for me tonight. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, solid race here tonight. We won't hold you up too much because we got to watch some of the Chili Bowl action here ourselves. Who's out there watching? Who gets you tuned from the virtual track?
Northeast Home Restoration, Salon Meraki, UNOH, Perkins, and anybody watching.
Solid run here tonight, and we'll take a peek as we look at those burnouts from on top of the scoring tower here. It looks like a little slow motion action because we can do that here on VidaneTV. Colton Martin coming home with the win, got the lead late race in that one, had a couple of handful of solid restarts towards the end, came home on top.
Yeah, like Skylar said, me and him race really good when we get side by side. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good finish towards the end there. I mean, you can't really expect very good racing here, as tight as the track is. So, kind of come here expecting to get some incident points and some damage. But all in all, it was a really good race for me.
Good run, solid finish, and one heck of a show. 0.013, the difference between the 4 and the 51 as they cross the stripe. We'll give you an opportunity here, Colton. Who's out there watching on the internet? Who gets you tuned from the virtual racetrack?
Mom, Dad, Advanced Gas Distributors, Brody Ledoux State Farm, Roe Perry Motorsports, Turn5Designs for sponsoring the race tonight. Andrea St. Amour Photography. Hold on, let me go back to the car. I think I'm missing a couple. Heating Solutions, 603 Metalworks, Howie DiSavino, and I think that's it.
Putting in the work and getting it done here at Concord. Coming home with the W. Congratulations, man. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it here for us on VidaneTV. Tonight's coverage of the Turn4Podcast Winter iRacing Series in the books. Back at it tomorrow night for the NEP Super Truck Series. They're racing at Mid-Ohio. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Little road racing action. We're going to get get geared up for the 24 hours of Daytona this weekend. It looks like that may very well be on the go here on VidaneTV. So keep an eye on Facebook because that's where it's going to be at. Going to be a whole lot of fun to do that. And then we're back at it once again here next week. And we're going to be crowning ourselves some champions in the next week or two. So be sure to tune in to that. We'll catch you on the flip side. And when we do, we are going to be doing it live.